Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm covering the reveal of 3 brand new LEGO Star Wars sets for January 2023. They were revealed a couple of days ago, but LEGO just put them up on Shop at Home for some reason. So we're going to go ahead and get started with with the smallest one, Boba Fett's Starship. This is a microfighter, and honestly, I wish LEGO would make more microfighters because I really love them. It's going to be $10 as usual. Nice to see that they haven't risen the price. And it has 85 pieces. This set is pretty awesome because it provides a very, very cheap way to get a Boba Fett minifigure from The Mandalorian. Unfortunately, I really don't like that his helmet and like jetpack don't match the printed color of his armor. I know that's something that people have talked about, that his armor should technically be dark green instead of sand green. And I do wish LEGO had made that choice. It's a small thing, but I mean, this is still a fantastic minifigure. You do get the printed arms, and in a $10 set, that is pretty nice. This is his starship. Its official name in the original trilogy was the Slave One. LEGO's not calling it that anymore, or rather, Disney isn't calling it that anymore. And a lot of people have like complained about it, but I mean, I don't really think it's a big deal. I don't think they ever like named it in the originals anyway. If it got a name, it was only in the prequels. And I really like the ship. I think that it's a very interesting design. It was my first Star Wars UCS set, and the UCS version is one of my favorite LEGO sets. So I'm very glad to see LEGO making this, because they have made some pretty nice smaller versions of the Slave One before. You know, they had that mini version in the Betrayal at Cloud City set, and they also had the one that came out last year for like $50. So I think that this looks pretty decent for the most part. There is a lot of like gapping on the side. Obviously, this cockpit does not cover Boba Fett all the way, and that's something that I wish the designer had like tried to cover a little bit more. Just because this canopy seems way too small. I don't know if there was a better piece to use, but I just really dislike the huge gap. Like if it was a little bit bigger, I would like it, but it just seems too thin to me. It's a pretty minor complaint though. One thing I really like is Flickfire missiles. LEGO has not put Flickfire missiles in a set in a while, and I've been missing them. And these ones aren't like tipped with the usual cone, they are tipped with like the actual kind of like weapons that are on the Slave One. So I think it's nice that they still look good and they're still functional. It does have really tiny little wings. I wish those were like a little bit bigger because they seem like a bit too tiny to me. But overall, the shaping is pretty nice. You know, you've got some nice curves and like angles in here, even though it is just a $10 set. It's not one of my favorite microfighters though. Like this is the first time I'm taking a good look at all of these sets, but personally, I feel like I've seen better microfighters from LEGO, and I'm a little bit surprised because just hearing about this, I thought that I would like it a little bit more than I actually do. And I was going to get it, but now I think I might not because I already have the minifigure, and if I don't really like the build, there's not much point. Next up, we've got the 501st Clone Troopers Battle Pack. This is $20 for 119 pieces. It's great to see LEGO Battle Packs returning because Star Wars doesn't do them as much anymore. But I gotta be honest, I don't really know who the 501st Clone Troopers are. Like, I know they're a big deal. Weren't people lobbying for a battle pack for them for like years? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, people just bullied LEGO in all of the comments of their posts until they gave us a battle pack in like 2021, I want to say. So I don't know if these are the same guys as that battle pack, but I don't really know anything about them. I mean, like, they're cool, I guess. Blue and white is a nice color scheme. I'm glad they have regular weapons instead of stud shooters. And there is this new helmet mold with like, or is that it? No, that's a, I don't know if this is a new helmet mold. I saw some people complaining about like some new helmet mold, but I don't really know if it's new or not. So, I mean, let me know if that's something to complain about in the comments. But this just looks like the standard helmet mold with a new visor piece on it to me. And that visor piece is cool. But, and I like the build for this gun with like the candlestick on the end. But other than that, I mean, I don't care about this set. I will not be buying this set because I don't know anything about them. And I mean, I like the build. I like that LEGO's been putting like these kind of clear pieces to stabilize builds because it just makes it easier. And I like that it can actually fire, but it still has like a weapon that's kind of like just for show. $20 is too much for this, absolutely. Like, yeah, you get 4 minifigures, but battle packs used to be 12, then they were 13, then they were 15, now they're 20. And like this is like a decent-ish build, but to me, if this was going to be $20, it should have had 5 minifigures because I really feel like this is just more of a $15 set and that LEGO didn't need to raise the price here. The third and final and biggest set is the brand new TIE Bomber. This has 625 pieces and it's going to retail for $65 in the US, which was a very pleasant surprise because when this was revealed on Instagram a few days ago, sorry, I can't talk half the time when I'm making these videos. But when it was revealed on Instagram, I said I bet it's going to be $90, and I'm actually shocked that it's not at least 80. I'm really impressed that it's only 65. Although that being said, it's kind of like not that big. I mean, I guess I'm just used to TIE fighters being like larger than normal vehicles, so Lego always prices them higher even though they're not really worth it. So yeah, looking at it more, $65 seems a little bit overpriced, and I know that sounds ridiculous saying that I thought it was going to be 90, and it does have 625 pieces, which is a great piece count, especially for a Star Wars set. But yeah, the overall size of this thing is not huge. That being said, sets like the Andor set like really surprised me with how good of a build they are, even though the overall size isn't that much. So if I get this set, I think that I might be singing a different tune once it's actually built, because I bet it'll be like a much better build experience than I'm expecting if it really has that many pieces packed into something of this size. But this is pretty exciting because we haven't gotten a TIE Bomber since like 2004, when Lego was like very rough around the edges and used to do the black and blue on TIE fighters for some weird reason. And I know that this is a set that people have really been asking for, and so I think it's great that Lego made it. I have no idea what the in-universe context is. I personally don't like it as much as other TIE fighters because I don't love like the kind of dual barrel look. But it is unique. It is another TIE fighter. I'm very partial to evil vehicles, to Imperial and Sith stuff from Star Wars. So I like it. And I'm glad Lego, again, is making it. I still want Kylo Ren's tie from The Last Jedi, so I might go see what the price is for that on Bricklink, because I don't know if I'm going to get this set. We've got 3 minifigures in this set. We've got Vice Admiral Sloane. I believe she's from like some video game or like book thing, like not expanded universe, like canonical, but I'm not sure exactly who she is. It's great to get a new character, though. Vader is in this set. I don't know if he has arm printing. Oh, he does. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was a trick of the light, but I'm very glad he still has his arm printing. And then we've got a cute Gonk droid, and then of course a TIE Bomber pilot. The build itself seems to be pretty good. I do like the size of the thing. Like yeah, I do feel like it's not that huge for $60, but it does seem to be well built, and it looks like it's a good size for like your hand, you know, to like fly it around. I really like how smooth like those engine pods are built up at the back of the vehicle. That's really nice. And I think like Vader's TIE Advanced has wings similar to this. I used to have that set, like the one from 2016, and I ended up selling it. But I really like Vader's TIE Advanced, so I do like that wing shape. I just am not a big fan of like the double barrel look, as I said before. I don't know what it is. Like, if it was 2 cockpits, I would like it better, to be honest. But, like, with, like, the bombing and, like, shooting function, it's just not something that I really love. And I also don't really like the bombs that much. They're just flick fire missiles. And I don't know why Lego's going so hard on flick fire missiles again. I'm happy about it because I like flick fire missiles. But I feel like a bombing set could have had a little bit of a more interesting feature than pushing on flick fires. Like, I'm thinking about the Resistance Bomber set from The Last Jedi. That had a cool bombing function where you just like kind of pushed a button and it actually dropped things out. And I don't know, like that's kind of what I want. Like I want that kind of pushing of a trigger and then something falls out instead of you having to like flick the missiles like that. Or even if there was something that pushed the missiles down, I feel like would be better. Because it looks like you just have to do it with your hand. But I would prefer something looser, you know, because like these slot into Technic pieces with these pins, and I would kind of want like bombs like rattling around in there and then falling down. But is that a door? I think that that's like a little hatch to open like the bombing base, so that's pretty nice. I like that. And I like that there's stud shooters like in between there. That's cool. That's a nice print as well. But yeah, I think that the bombing function just isn't really fully there for me. There's a very small little cockpit for the TIE bomber pilot, but I mean that looks good for him. And I don't think there's any other interior space. There's not like there's a ton of room in this thing, so that's fine. I do like that it has this little like weapons cart. These kinds of side builds I do like in these ship sets because this really adds to the play value of using it like this, like docked in a hangar, and I really appreciate that because look at how few pieces are in this thing. Like this is probably only like what, like 20, 25 pieces. So I think that it's really nice of LEGO to kind of start to include more of those little side builds. But yeah, this is definitely my favorite of the new sets. It's just that, again, when I first saw pictures of it, I thought I would buy it, like the Boba Fett set. But now that I'm taking a closer look, I feel like I won't. I still have like the little like kind of $40 TIE fighter that I think is pretty perfect. And I mean, I've said in many of my videos I need to start being more careful about which LEGO sets I buy, especially from Star Wars. So I think I might pass on this one. Although, I mean, I would pick it up if it was on sale for like 40 bucks. So maybe that's what I'll do. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these 3 sets in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.